One, two, three,
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Okie Investigations. My name is Trevor Shelby. The spooky times are almost here, and that means we're telling haunted stories once again. But seriously, folks, thank you all for joining us for the 2021 Spooky Time episodes. It's almost October, and I'm ready to tell another spooky story from my home state. And we'll tell some here later on that come from elsewhere. I'm an Oklahoman who loves to investigate crimes that's happened in my state and across the United States. I have a bachelor's degree in criminal justice and a love for true crime. The stories that are featured in the show are true stories. The narrative of each story comes from extensive research through police reports, trial notes, appeals, personal accounts, news reports, seances, ghostly apparitions, and much, much more. Opinions in the show should be taken as such. For more information on each story, join us on our webpage, truecrime.blog, where you can see some of the cool things that we've gathered while researching each show. This includes a timeline of events, newspaper clippings, court documents, and much, much more. Come and check us out at truecrime.blog and our Facebook page, Okie Investigations. These stories depict violent crimes of all types and may be a trigger for some listeners. Listener discretion is advised. Locals in Weatherford, Oklahoma, tell a tale about a ghostly woman found on a bridge, crying and asking for her daughter to be returned to her. They know this place as Dead Woman's Crossing. The dead woman had a name, Katie James, and this is her story. On July 6, 1905, Miss Katie James went to the Dewey County Courthouse to file a petition for divorce. The rumor at the time was that her husband was very abusive and currently living in their home located on Miss Kate's land claim, and he would not leave. So she decided she had enough, and she was filing for divorce. The next day, Kate and her 14-month-old girl left town to visit and stay with her sister in Ripley. They left on a train that morning. At one of the stops along the way, Kate was approached by Miss Harry Norton, also known as Ham Norton. She tells Kate that someone's been asking about her. And this kind of spooks Kate a little bit because she is kind of running from her ex. Miss Norton offers help and she says that she can take Kate and her baby where they need to go. And so Kate decides to get off the train and travel by wagon with Miss Norton. Kate never arrives at her destination. After not hearing from his daughter or grandchild, Mr. DeWitt, Kate's father, hired Sam Bartell, an Oklahoma City detective and U.S. Marshal. He was well known for his services before Oklahoma's statehood. Sam was able to piece together Kate's last few days, and he started looking for Miss Norton. Sam is able to piece together Kate's last few days, and he starts checking all the stops that the train had made. And that's when he finds out about Miss Norton and her offer to take Miss Kate to her destination. Knowing that she probably lives in this area, Sam goes around town and he starts asking about Miss Norton because he wants to talk to her because she so far is the last person that he knows to have spoken to Miss Kate. This information gets out very quickly around town. It is not a lie that in small towns, news travels very fast. And when a famous detective is in town, that will be very, very fast news indeed. Miss Norton hears that a detective is asking about her, and she decides that she's gonna run for it. As she leaves town, she stops at a farmhouse and she drops off a baby The baby is wearing clothes that has bloodstains on it, but she has no wounds. Shortly after, Detective Bartell locates the baby and gets a description of the woman who dropped her off. From what he's told, he believes it to be Miss Norton. Through her travels, Detective Bartell is able to track Miss Norton to Shawnee, Oklahoma, and arrests her on July 29th of the same year. When they inspect Miss Norton's buggy, they find bloodstains inside. They bring Miss Norton in and question her about Kate's disappearance. Now, by this time, they know a lot about Miss Norton. She was suspected of another killing before, but she got off on that charge. Now it looks like she might have struck again. According to Miss Norton, the day after she met Miss Kate, they were in Weatherford, Oklahoma. They came across another wagon team, and Miss Kate decided to travel with them instead. Kate paid Miss Norton $5 for her trouble of transporting her and the baby. According to her, this is the last time she sees her. She fervently admits nothing. Detective Bartell confronts her with the fact that she fits the description of the woman who dropped off the baby, and she was the one that was last seen with Miss Kate, and there was blood in her buggy. Miss Norton refuses to answer any more questions. They give up on questioning her shortly after. They aren't going to get any more information out of her, and they know it. So Sam returns Miss Norton to her cell. An hour later, she is found unconscious and near death. They call a doctor, and they suspect that she's either taken some kind of poison or consumed a lethal amount of cocaine in an attempt to kill herself. The doctor tries to save Miss Norton's life, but she dies an hour later. Miss Norton's suicide sparked the interest of national news outlets across the nation. She was quickly labeled as the person who had killed Miss Kate, even though at this time they had not even found her body. The next day, Miss Norton was buried by the county when everyone who was kin refused to pay for her funeral. Meanwhile, the baby is returned to Mr. James, who immediately takes her to his mother's house for care. On August 31st, 1905, Mr. Geo Cornell went hunting in Weatherford, Oklahoma. He was with his two sons. They pulled up in their wagon to a bridge, and they looked for a place to tie up their team of horses. His sons had went to the creek to fish and stumbled upon a dead body hidden in the creek bed. It was badly decomposed. They alerted authorities, who quickly made the identification of Miss Kate. It was determined that she was killed on the bridge and left in the creek as an easy place to hide the body. Now, when this story is told, this is typically where it ends. Miss Kate is found, and Miss Norton is definitely the killer, but part of what helped identify the body of Miss Kate was her jewelry that was still on her body. If this were a crime where Miss Norton was trying to steal her belongings, these would have been taken as well, but they weren't. I don't know why, but it seems like Miss Kate's husband was never really looked into as a suspect in this case. Yes, he probably didn't kill his wife, but did he pay Miss Norton, a known killer, to do it for him? I think he had more to do with the story than what was found out. If you look on Google Maps and pull up Weatherford, Oklahoma, and search for Dead Woman's Crossing, you will find that bridge. It's not the original bridge. That was actually torn down many years ago, and a new one was built in its place. The last time I visited this bridge, it was heavily graffitied, and it's really just out in the middle of nowhere. But to this day, locals swear that they have seen and heard the ghost on the bridge, reaching out, crying for her baby. I hope you all enjoyed this story. I know it's not the longest episode we have, but I really thought it should be told. These ghost stories are so much fun to just kind of go through and tell the story. And I really enjoy researching the facts behind these stories. There was actually a lot of information on this one. So definitely go to the website, check all that out. I'm going to get it all posted up there with the article. The website is truecrime.blog. Our next story that we're going to be doing is going to be a regular story. It's not going to be another ghost story, but let me know what you think about the ghost stories. Do you want to continue them? I think they're a lot of fun to research, so I plan to mix them in throughout next month. So I think it's going to be a lot of fun. But definitely let me know what you think. I'll see you all next time. See ya.